Welcome to this evening's ride. It is 8:15. It's 24 degrees. Oh God, that's an ISO. It's 24 degrees at 8:15 in the evening. And after last week's mini tour of North Wales, I'm on my hybrid, Specialized Turbo Vado SL. I'm heading towards Bollington. I've got a few climbs to go up. Ended up on the Cat and Fiddle, heading up the Cat and Fiddle, then going up Buxton Old Road, and then you've got a fast descent, and then eventually I will be above Macclesfield Forest, drop down past Trent Reservoir to Macclesfield, and then head home through probably Alderley Edge, and that would be tonight's ride. Just thought I'd get out, give my legs a different type of test off the road bike, a little bit more upright, a heavier bike to push, which hopefully means next time I'm out on my road bike it feels like the world's lightest bike. It's very windy, but seeing as I'm doing a loop, the headwind's for my first half of my ride, and I should have a nice tailwind for the way home. So happy days. I've got my range extender. It's absolutely no worry about battery consumption. I'm in eco currently. I'd say eco on this bike, it still feels, in fact, even if I put it in sport, it's still so much harder than riding my Scott Addict RC. This bike, with a drinks bottle on, is probably pushing close to 18 kilograms. With your lights, bike computer, it's definitely over 18 kilograms. So it's a lot of weight to push, even if it has got a low powered motor. Only 35 Newton meters from this motor, but it's a mid-hub, so it gives you all of them 35 Newton meters. No matter how slow you're pedaling, you get in the easiest gear. If you want to pedal nice and slow, you will get up any hill. Personally, I don't like mid-hubs, but it's the spare bike in the house. And it's the bike that previously my son has been out on, joining his dad. I can't wait to get him back out with me. So, not much to see at the moment. I'll put you back on when I'm in the first climb. So I've just gone through Adlington. I'll be coming up to my first couple of climbs in a minute. Wonder if I've got any ClimbPro climbs on this. Oh, sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've got a few climbs today. That's why I ride bikes like this. The only thing is, once you're back off the hills and you've got 20 miles on flat roads and you're pushing it above the cut-off speed, 18 kilos of bike takes its toll on your quads. Probably end up getting home feeling more physically fatigued than if I rode a lightweight road bike. Yeah, admittedly, if I rode for the whole ride below 16 miles an hour and always land on the motor, that wouldn't be the case. But as soon as I'm on the flats, I'm pushing this to 17, 18 miles an hour, especially if I don't have a headwind. Here's my first climb. A bit of yellow, bit of orange, bit of green, bit more yellow, into green. I know the climb well. Personally, I would only class the orange part as a climb, but Garmin and ClimbPro counts the whole climb. So this is the yellow part. It's only like 3%. Then in a minute it shoots up to about 11. Then flattens and then goes up a little bit again. It's nothing major. So I'm just spinning nicely at 95 RPM. But as soon as it shoots up, I've still got 2 or 3 sprockets to go. Here we go, it's starting to shoot up a bit now. This is what I don't like about the SL 1.1 motor, the horrible squeal. It's horrendous. So it's like 9% here. %. Flattens down a little and then back up again. What are we on here? 12%. This ain't 12, is it? I mean, it's dropped to 9. It was doable. The motor and the gearing feel so clunky compared to a road bike. The idea this year was to take off the 10-speed Dior drivetrain and get an XT 12-speed derailleur. It would have to be a SRAM cassette, it's the only one that would fit this free hub. And obviously a 12-speed shifter up front. Luckily the Praxis front chainring is compatible with 10, 11 and 12 speed. I'd probably go with a K down into Bollington. Some lovely homes here. Amazing views. Way away from motorways, pollution from airports, canal walks on your doorstep. At the start of the Peak District, if you're a cyclist, I'd love to. Still within travelling distance of Manchester if you're going to work. Right, we're in Bollington now. We're going to go up this steep climb that starts near the library. And then eventually goes up Windmill Lane, drop, do a left, then go up, I think it's called, is it Bull Hill Lane or Bill Hill Road? It's another steep climb. That takes you up to the top of the Cat and Fiddle. Then we're going up the Cat and Fiddle. So quite a lot of climbing on this ride today. Yeah, so this motor doesn't give you much. Makes more noise than it does give you a push. Don't know how Garmin says the climb's finished while I'm still going up it. It's nice in this shaded bit. So, first time I've used this bike in about a month. Your mind and body forget exactly how they feel. So, seating upright, it's nice, especially for filming. But I must say, the Marla X20 motor that recently got updated on my Scott Addict RC8 E-Ride is so much better than this SL 1.1. It's silent, but maybe some of it is the fact that there's a massive difference in weight of the bikes, but I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of motors that assist your pedaling effort. When I look at my power meter on my Scott Addict, I know that if it says 600 watts, that 600 watts is for me. All the motor does, especially up a hill, is a rear hub motor just increases the speed that your rear wheel is spinning at. Obviously that will get you up a hill quicker, but it doesn't make your pedaling effort any easier. The rate of exertion at the pedal is the same as a normal bike. You might just be going 8 miles an hour instead of 4 or 5. Up a steep climb, that is. Whereas this bike now, And the mid-hub utilises your bike's gears as well, because the mid-hub likes to spin fast. So if I was to upgrade this and put a big dish like a 50-tooth cog on, you could literally ghost pedal up a steep hill, because as long as you're spinning at around 80 to 100 RPM, the mid-hub will pull you up. For me, I'm not a fan of that. And more importantly, it's a bit disconcerting when you hear the motor whining like it's being strangled to death. Yet, in turbo, the amount of assistance you feel on this motor at 35 Newton meters is not much at all. And a lot on this bike might be different if you was on a carbon fibre turbo Creo SL. But on this bike, with it being a heavy aluminium in size XL, because my son's 6'3", a lot of the power of this motor is pulling the big heavy bike up the hill, as well as the rider, obviously. Excuse me. The SL 1.2 motor, which I've never tried, the assistance has gone up to 50 Newton meter, and apparently they've made it a lot quieter. I would love to test that bike, or any bike with that motor on. I'll stop it at the top of this climb. We're just in the middle of another ClimbPro, climb here. But I will pause it so we can take in the views. I always say, what's the point in coming to these places if you've got your head down in the Garmin and you don't take advantage? So we can still see a lot of the haze over Greater Manchester caused by the big fire at Dovestones. It's literally everywhere. And where I live near Manchester Airport, we've been able to smell it for days. Oh, this is Penny Lane. Penny Lane is in my ear. So I'm sure this is called Bull Hill Lane coming up. Yep, Bull Hill Lane. And she is one serious steep climb. So I'll put you back on there, the top. Fiddle Road. So this would be going from Macclesfield towards Buxton, but further up, instead of carrying on this road, we're bear right and go up Buxton Old Road, and then head towards Macclesfield Forest. My arms are freezing. Should have put my arm warmers on, but it was like 26 degrees when I left my house. Peak District National Park. On it just says Peak National Park. It's unbelievable. Right in my face. I'm on level 2 and I'm struggling to get over 7 or 8 miles an hour. Must be 25 mile an hour gusts. Very, very frustrating, let's put it that way. My word, I'm getting buffeted left and right. Right, so the Cat and Fiddle carries that way, bears right. Eventually you get to the Cat and Fiddle pub. So we're gonna go right here. And this is Buxton Old Road. I see you at the top. But the wind up here today in the Peak District, bleeding hell. Luckily, once I loop and I'm at the top of Macclesfield Forest, that's the last of me having headwinds on this ride. Trying to get my glove on, but I then take my hand off. So we're about to shoot down at speed, but from all the sweating early on in the ride, I'm now freezing. I've probably got ice cold gusts blowing that damp cycling gear. I've got no arm warmers with me. I've literally got goosebumps. Even though it is, what is it, 16 degrees, I set off at 26. That's some drop in temperatures. My word, the headwind's that strong. Normally I'd be doing 30 miles an hour here. I'm not even doing 18. Such is the strength of this headwind. I'm hoping to feel the strength of this Peak District breeze today as a tailwind soon. I mean, I've got to say, the Specialized Turbo Vado and the Turbo Creo, they're good bikes. They're solid, they're reliable. But compared to my Scott Addict RC, I know which one I'd rather be on, but I made the decision not to come out on it today because one thing I do know about my Scott Addict, in heavy winds, especially side winds, I get pushed all around the place and it's very scary. This bike's bigger, longer wheelbase, wide handlebars, so a lot more stable, no matter how strong the winds are. start recording. I think it's the first time on the ride I've not had a headwind. I find steering flat handlebar so more precise than a road bike handlebar. You feel so much more in control. And I've got to admit, I've had 4 years on 1, 2, 3, 4 road bikes, but before that, including this, most of my riding was on flat handlebars. So on my YouTube channel, you'll see me on road bikes, but most of my experience is on flat bars. I've got to admit, I do love road bike handlebars. It is now my preference. What's happened here then? Road liable to flooding, eh? What, in this heat wave? Oh, I was wondering what that noise was. Look at this. Range extenders come out. Oh, the cable out, but the thing is, on these range extenders, once you push the cable in, it has a lock. So I'm really surprised my heel might have knocked that out. Strange. But I could just hear a tap, tap, tap. I looked down. It was on a couple of minutes before because I could see the overlay of the 2 batteries on the TCU. So I'm thinking now, with 6 batteries internal, 3 batteries external, that, seeing that I'm losing the light and I'm probably, what, 18 miles from home, leave it in level 2 for the whole ride. That way, when I'm pushing 70 and 80 miles an hour, it's on me. Whenever the road shoots up a tiny bit, or I get to some traffic lights, I've got the acceleration of level 2. There's not a chance I'd run out of battery anyway. In 18 miles, 9 bars. How many? Yeah, 9 bars. Not a chance. And I don't mind if the 2 batteries are nearly dead, but they won't. And then in the morning, I'll top them both back up to about 50%. This bike's, like I said, this bike's got been used for a month, so batteries like to be used. Even more so than low charge counts. They like to be discharged and recharged. It keeps the cells fresh. It's Trent Bank Reservoir. Whoa, I hit a bump there. Lifted my butt out on my seat. So it's all free parking along here. You can go for a walk through Macclesfield Forest. And here now, all free parking. I can tell you what, during the day, them spaces will soon be taken up. Coming up to an hour and a half into my ride. Got at least an hour to get home. At least, probably an hour and 15. I don't care. I've got 2 lights at the front, 2 lights at the rear. And if I wanted to, the extra battery for these glasses that is mounted on the back of my helmet is also a rear light as well. So I've got plenty of lights. Going up Buxton Old Road, I pulled out a pink lady out of my bag. I've actually not even had my tea. And it's like, what, something past 9 at night? I actually had fruit and yoghurt for my lunch. But I did have a flapjack biscuit that I forgot was in the frame bag It was in date, put it in a couple of months ago. It's one of them Nature Valley little flapjack bars. So I munched that earlier. Early in this ride I had a banana as well. It was like every 30 minutes I'll have a little snack. Every 30-40 minutes. I've got no more snacks left though. 70 miles from home. But it's mostly downhill or flat with a tailwind. So it will probably be a quick 70-mile return, I'm hoping. Because my average speed at the moment is barely 14 miles an hour. And you know what I'm like on my Scott Addict. I finished most Peak District rides with an average speed of 16.5 to 17 miles an hour. Such is the amazing assistance up the hills and super fast aero lightweight bike down them. It's warmer down here than it was on them peaks. It's freezing up there at the top. So my next ride on Thursday or Friday morning, I'm going to set off early. And what I want to do for the first time on that bike is go without the range extender, which effectively reduces the weight to 11.4 kilos from 12.5. And I want to do a 50-odd mile loop that I've previously done and got home with 20% left in the range extender and 60% in the bike. I want to do the whole loop just on the internal battery. So I've actually done the maths, and I actually used more watt hours than what the internal battery's got. But what I plan on doing is detuning level 1 and 2 by 5%. And the rest of my maths is based on the fact my average speed and the assistance that I need on that ride should be lower. Because one thing I have noticed on that bike, if you take the range extender off, you seriously notice your average speed picks up, which I'm hoping means I spend more time above the cutoff. And it might be a close call, but I am positive on a good day I can do that big loop with the climbs of Long Hill and Cat and Fiddle Road just on that small 236 watt. I won't use turbo once. It would be on a detuned level 1 and 2. I'm confident I can do it. And to be honest with you, knowing that I've got excess battery to play with when I'm on my way home, when I get down off the Cat and Fiddle to Macclesfield, on the way home, I just leave it in level 2. But most of the time, even with the range extender, I'm going that quick, I'm not using it. But there is the odd time when the road picks up, or you come to the end of a road at a junction or traffic lights, when you're using level 2. So the difference I'm hoping is, without the range extender, I won't need to leave it in level 2. I'll leave it in level 1. And if the road shoots up, or I come to a junction or traffic lights, level 1 on that bike without the Ranger Surge. 11.4 is so lightweight that even if I get back to Macclesfield with 30% left in the bike, that battery will not run out, even though I'm 15, 16 miles from home. Yes, them brakes are amazing. I just pulled a little side skid then. Do you know when you skid and your back wheel comes out? Yee. Like a rebel teenager. There's a big teen in all of us. I'll have to pull over soon and see what score France versus Spain is. I think France. Should I have a look now? Obviously, you guys who are watching this would already have seen the game. So you're seeing my reaction. I'm going France. So, here we go. Wrong. Why am I going to Garmin Connect? Here we go. Oh. Spain are winning 2-0. Wow, did not expect that. It's a good job that didn't hit me in the face. Branch clonked my helmet. So I'm in level 2 now. But one thing I will tell you about e-bikes, if you are constantly pedaling on a long run with hardly any stop starts, and you're applying a decent amount of effort yourself, even on a higher assistance mode, your battery will last. It's all of the, not just climbs, it's the stop starts that take up most of your battery. I'm putting my backlight on to stay on. Fuck off. Stays on at 60%. Starting to lose the light now, so. It's got to be the latest I've been out on my bike. Let me have a look at the time. 25 to 10. Yeah, this is going to probably be, by the time I get home, the latest I've got home in a long time. Do you think my mum will ring me and see if I'm safe? That's a joke. I don't live with my mum. I've not lived with my parents since I was 21. Bless them. So this is Macclesfield town centre. Well, coming into it anyway. We're going to go over some cobbles now. I know all these roads. Here we go. tell you one thing, I wouldn't go over them cobbles on my road bike. But I have pretty low pressures in these tyres, about 48 psi I think. Come on, lights. Here we go. Just what I wanted. Yeah, so I could be at home watching football. But to be honest with you, I'd rather be doing this. I was in my house, it was around 6:30, and I thought, come on, Leon, get changed. And for a minute, I had that thought, oh, should I go out? But I'm quite disciplined. So I had a little word with myself, like, come on, get yourself up. Got myself out. And here I am. Oh, sorry. For some reason, the map looks weird. Oh, crap. Why am I on pause? King Edward Street. Never been this way before. I wish I had more water left as well. I've got Vimto, but with an electrolyte power doing. Straight ahead, apparently. Isn't it? Straight ahead, yeah. It's not easy looking at the map. Whilst tootling along. MOT's 55, it's 45 where I go. Robin. Presby Road. Yep, here we go. Here, Grosvenor Street. Okay, where am I going now? Where are you taking me? Okay. I have not got a clue where Garmin's taking me here. It better not take me back to the road I was on. Sometimes Garmin can do weird shit like that. Take you off a major road You take loads of little turnings, and then further up the road, you go back onto the major road again. I've been here before. I've been here. Yeah, near the roundabout. Yeah, I've been here. Sorry, love. Yeah, I know where I am. Not been here for a couple of years, but I've been here before. I'll cross where that bloke is now. No, what? I'll go here. Excuse me. I've still got 6 bars internal, 3 external, I think. Battery's doing very well. I knew on the way home I wouldn't use much. No more headwinds and no more big hills. There's room for me to go through here. Not messing around at 10 o'clock at night when I'm losing the light. There's no traffic anywhere. See you further up the road. 10 to 10 at night. I'm actually thinking, and don't go off what you can see on this recording, me looking through the lens of this glasses, I might have to put them in my bag. Because at some point, especially on these lanes with no lights, it might get too dark for me. At the moment, I'm okay. But I can't see potholes. I'm finding it hard to see the surface. I mean, I'm not too bad on this bike with the chunky tyres, but if I was on my road bike, if you're a road bike rider like I am, your eyes are always scanning ahead and you're picking the best line. So at the top of this hill, I think I'm going to put the glasses away. I've got the pouch in my bag. Actually, now I'm out of them trees, this ain't pretty bad. So I might keep them on for a little longer. So I keep the recording on as long as I can. We'll probably go past 10 PM. I've still got 11 miles to go. My average speed has picked up now. It's coming up to about 14.5 miles an hour average. Not bad, not bad. Certainly not a bike for speed. And I can't believe people overclocked him. That must be weird. Because I'm not sure how much it could assist you at 18, 90 miles an hour. This is called Dark Lane. Well, it certainly is at 10 PM. Luckily, one of my lights is a static light, so it just stays permanently on. I've got one flash in front, one static, same with the rear. Permanent static light on the back of the saddle, and my own personal little Bontrager light, what I've had for about 8 years on the back. My Bontrager lights I've had since I got the 2019 Trek Dual Sport Hybrid, which I think was my first ever brand new bike before I got the Scott Addict RC. £650 from Evans Sport. They had it in fluorescent yellow or white. They only had yellow in stock. And I said to him, if you can get that bike in white, oh sorry, not white, it was silver. I'm thinking about this one. Quicksilver. So they had to order it and they had to wait a couple of weeks delivered to my door. Did thousands of miles on that bike before I sold it. I find it mad that I would have to use a 320 watt hour battery plus a 160, so that's 480 watts just for a 30 odd mile ride. What is it, 37.5 miles? Yeah, with 2,500 feet of climbing, but if I had that many watt hours on my Scott Addict RC, I'd be pushing 80, 90 miles. Or in the Peak District, 60, 70 miles. But the motor's a lot more efficient and the bike's a lot lighter, 5 kilos plus. But it's a nice alternative to riding a road bike, this. Lovely evening, and I tell you what, compared to up in the Peak District an hour ago when it was 16, down here in the valley it's 17.9 at 10 o'clock at night. Absolutely flying along now. I've got a crosswind from my right, but soon I'm going to be heading in the direction where I'll have a tailwind. That should make a nice difference. Excuse me. Got a tissue in my pocket, come on. Stop recording. 8 miles from home. Should really already be home, but it's my own fault. I got out too late. I was dithering, faffing about with stuff. I ended up out at least 45 minutes after I should have. So really, I would already be home by now. So it's my own fault. I've still got to get home, eat. Don't want to eat at this time, but my body will need it. I'll get something small and eat tomorrow morning. One thing I do like about the SL 1.1 mower, doesn't cut out at 15.6. I'm going 16.7 there, you can still hear it. There's been no adjustment to the bike. That's Specialized utilising the 10% leeway given by the EU. So if you think 10%, that gives them 1.56 miles an hour leeway on top of 15.6. But yeah, it cuts out fully around 16.8, 16.9, depending on what mode. I think it cuts out around 17 in turbo. So once you go past 16 miles an hour, you're not getting the full assistance. What it's doing is it's tapering off. Say it gives you 150 watts of assistance in level 2. After 15.6, that starts dropping. So that once you get to 16.8 and it completely cuts out, at that point you might only be getting 30-40 watts of power of assistance. It is a nice way of doing it, and the Miler X20 does it exactly the same way, but it's a little bit more refined. But do you remember me saying earlier about pushing the bike along at good speeds on the flats, drains your legs? I'm doing 18 miles an hour here on a very slight downhill, -1. It's flat here, 18.6. So I'm putting out some serious watts. So it's a really good workout for my thighs compared to a lightweight road bike. Might even run up the stairs later and feel some fatigue. In fact, I know I will. But also, it's going to be an evening where I've not had an evening meal. But one thing I have had is snack after snack. Even if it is a flapjack, an apple, a banana, some fruit and yogurt when I get home. I might even have a slice of sourdough toast and then go to bed. Right, I'm coming into Wilmslow in a minute. I might speak to the Northwest Mountain Bike Centre and ask them if it's possible and to price up converting this bike to a drop bar and turn it into a gravel bike. So this is Wilmslow in Cheshire. Lovely apartments and homes there. Oh God, someone's overdone it on the perfume. Jeez Louise. Going to be going past Style Park or Boddington Park. Which means we've still got another couple of really steep climbs on this ride. Shorto. Ooh, that felt good. Tell you one thing about Pathfinder tyres, they don't half handle well. Be interesting to see when I upload this video how well the BleeqUp Ranger glasses are recording at 10 past 10 with such little ambient light. And if you watched this video that far, please let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah, here's my last climb of the day for ClimbPro. It's steady anyway. It's like 4 or 5% at the moment. But what spoils this climb is the awful road surface. You're bouncing up and down. It's been that way for at least 15 years that I've been riding on it. It's never changed. This is the A555 bypass going towards Manchester Airport. You see all the lights, you see the runway in a second. So my average speed is chipped all the way close to 15 miles an hour, probably land on 15 miles an hour average by the time I get home. So yeah, it's going to be about 37.5 mile ride. Not bad for an evening. I'll probably get home around 10:30. Not bad. Quick shower, quick bite to eat. Catch a bit of TV in bed. Here we go, look. Manchester Airport. We've got a plane taking off. It's going to go right above us. Here we go. I was just here this afternoon at the Ringway Visitor Centre with my little boy. He loves airplanes. Flipping heck. Going over that board with one hand then. I had to stabilise myself. Trying to get a sweet out of my back pocket. Here we go. See what we've got left. Got these sugar-free halls. My favourite is cherry menthol. These are the extra strong ones. A little bit too strong for me. So I go past the airport, round the other side, and I'll be home. So that's me pretty much done. I've got 2 miles to go. Thanks for joining me. If you've watched this video, please, if you can, just leave a like, comment. Thanks for watching. Till the next time, bye bye.